Hey, what's up, Everett? This isn't necessarily a response to anything you said in this video. It's just on the general topic of logic. I wanted to read a couple paragraphs from Nietzsche's The Gay Science, um, just to give his approach, which, similar to my approach, though there are some differences, but the idea that we should really look to biology and evolution in order to understand what human thought is, human logic, human understandings that we assume are certain or truthful. We should look at that in terms of how they are embodied, how the brain, how evolution, how biology um, has conditioned those faculties, the intellect, and our ability to logically understand reality. Um, because our evolution isn't necessarily taking us in the direction of truth. It's more about it's more pragmatic than that. An illusion or appearances will work just as well as far as the survival of our organism goes, as will the truth. So I'm going to read two paragraphs. This section is called cause and effect. Explanation is what we call it, but it is description that distinguishes us from older stages of knowledge and science. Our descriptions are better. We do not explain any more than our predecessors. We have uncovered a manifold one after another, where the naive man and inquirer of older cultures saw only two separate things. Cause and effect is what one says, but we have merely perfected the image of becoming without reaching beyond the image or behind it. In every case, the series of causes confronts us much more completely, and we infer. First, this and that has to proceed in order that this or that may then follow. But this does not involve any comprehension. In every chemical process, for example, quality appears as a miracle, as ever. Also, every locomotion. Nobody has explained a push. But how could we possibly explain anything? We operate only with things that do not exist. Lines, planes, bodies, atoms, divisible time spans, divisible spaces. How should explanations be at all possible when we first turn everything into an image, our image? It will do to consider science as an attempt to humanize things as faithfully as possible. As we describe things, and they're one after another, we learn how to describe ourselves more and more precisely. Cause and effect. Such a duality probably never exists. In truth, we are confronted by a continuum out of which we isolate a couple of pieces, just as we perceive motion only as isolated points and then infer it without ever actually seeing it. The suddenness with which many effects stand out misleads us. Actually, it is sudden only for us. In this moment of suddenness, there is an infinite number of processes that elude us. An intellect that could see cause and effect as a continuum and a flux, and not as we do, in terms of an arbitrary division and dismemberment, would repudiate the concept of cause and effect and deny all conditionality. This section is called Life, No Argument. We have arranged for ourselves a world in which we can live by positing bodies, lines, planes, causes and effects, motion and rest, form and content. Without these articles of faith, nobody could now endure life. But that does not prove them. Life is no argument. The conditions of life might include error.